I have Nicole right now. She's on line 7, and she's repulsed by her husband.
Line 7.
7.
Almost any of these calls, you could find a woman who's repulsed by her husband. How old are you, Nicole?
I'm 23.
What's wrong?
My husband recently left me for another woman.
That's the reason, huh?
And, we've gotten back together and are trying to work everything out. But when it comes to sexual relations, I can't be intimate with him.
Well, you haven't forgiven him.
No, not at all.
Not at all. So why even discuss that unless you discuss forgiving him? I mean, isn't that what it's about?
Yeah. The reason I was calling is every little thing that reminds me of him and this other woman, it creates such rage.
Oh, sure. That is you haven't forgiven him. That's all this is. Let me explain how forgiveness works, okay?
Okay.
All right. When you experience hurt, if you don't express the hurt, it turns into anger.
Uh-huh.
If you don't let the anger out, it turns into guilt because it gets directed at you.
Uh-huh.
Now, a lot of people who have anger after being injured, instead of letting go of the hurt, keep the hurt alive as an excuse for being angry at the other person. They remember how the other person hurt them over and over again. And when they do, they get angry, they turn around and they blow up at the other person, and they're still collecting evidence to prove that they are justified in being angry.
Uh-huh.
Does that sound familiar?
Yeah.
So you have a little bit of an upset and say, you know what, and you blow up over nothing. And the other person who's trying hard to be good now doesn't know where to go with this because they feel guilty over what they've done wrong. They want to make good on it, but somehow or other they feel that their nose is being rubbed in it constantly.
Uh-huh.
To forgive another person means you say, I no longer hurt from what you did to me. That's what forgiveness is. Think about it. Think of someone that you really hurt, okay?
Uh-huh.
You too. Think of someone you really hurt in your life while we're talking about this. Just put yourself in that place. Someone you really injured, okay? You're thinking of that person?
Yeah.
Imagine the telephone rings and it's that person and the person says, you know how you hurt me? I no longer hurt. Wouldn't it feel great?
Yeah, it would.
Right. That's what's missing in your relationship because you cannot love someone you're angry at. The anger has first rights.
Okay.
All right, so you're not going to let your husband close to you. It's going to be repulsive. You're not repulsed by your husband. You're repulsed by the memory.
Right.
You're repulsed by the anger.
I imagine him with the other woman.
And what you need to do is you need to sit down with him and tell him. And you say, look, I want to spend a little bit of time with you, and I want to tell you how I hurt over what you did. I see that woman. I see this. And you just got to listen to everything in my heart and let it out. And an hour of your tirading and ranting and how badly you hurt and how you went through the whole thing. Come from as much hurt as you can, not from the anger, okay?
Okay.
And at the end say, I want to let go of all this hurt. I want to forgive you. You're forgiven.
Okay.
Okay? And then when it comes up, remind yourself that you've forgiven him.
Okay.
And if he does it again, break his neck.
That's for sure.
I mean, is he feeling better about it, that he's not going to do it?
We're both really trying really hard.
You may need to sit in for some short-term counseling with a brief couple therapy might work for you, too.
Yeah.
Because you've had a terrific renting apart. And whenever that happens, it's good to have someone to help pull it back together again.
Okay.
Okay, Nicole.
Thanks a lot.
Take care.